Hi everyone, and welcome to How to Register for GST tutorial. If you're wanting to find out if you actually need to register for GST, please check out our channel and you'll see a video on all the requirements you need to know if you're actually eligible or if you have to register for GST. Okay, to start with, we're going to be using the method of going to gstregister.com.au. gstregister.com.au is an easy option to quickly and quite simply register for GST direct to the ATO through a registered tax agent. The good thing about doing this, you can contact them if you have any questions and they'll be able to assist you and make sure you're doing it correctly. If you wish to, you can go directly to the ATO website, but you will need an AUSKey and you can join the business portal. Okay, to start with, go to gstregister.com.au and click the yellow box that says click to begin registration. Now when you're in here, you'll notice that there's some starting questions, which is your ABN and also selecting your business structure. Now at this stage, you should have an ABN. However, we do have another video which will explain to you how to register for an ABN and why you do that. So check that out if you need any help with that. ABN Lookup is a really great tool to get some more information about your ABN. It's very simple. Go to abr.business.gov.au, type in the business name that you want to look up. You can then bring up the details on this ABN. The details include entity name, the ABN status, which was when it was created, the entity type, which is very important to know, especially when you're completing your GST registration. It will tell you whether you're a company, whether you're a sole trader, partnership or a trust. It also will tell you if you are registered for GST or not. So always double check that you aren't before you go to register yourself for GST. It can take up to 48 hours for the ATO to update the ABR record. So you just be a little bit patient with that once you've finished completing your GST registration. You'll also note in here you can see business names if you have any. So if you do want to have a trading name, or they're now called business names, you can attach that to your actual entity name as well. There's more information regarding asset registration and deductible gift recipient status. Contact your accountant if you have any more questions for those things. Next, enter your contact details, full name, your gender, date of birth, your mobile number and your email address. Very simple so far. Next, your GST details, estimated turnover. Now turnover is your total revenue or total sales figure. This is important just for ATO's reporting purposes. It won't actually change the result of how you do your GST unless you're over a certain figure. The figure that you put in here will dictate whether or not you're eligible for annual or quarterly GST reporting. If you're over 75,000, you will not be eligible for annual reporting. Next, when will you send the GST results to the ATO? Now this is a very important part of the registration. You need to either decide when I receive the cash or when I issue the invoice. So this is cash versus accruals. Generally speaking, if you're a small business, it's not a bad idea to select the when I receive the cash. This means you'll only be reporting the GST when you pay it or when you receive it. Generally speaking, that's the most common and easiest option for most small businesses. How often would I like to report to the ATO? Monthly, quarterly, or annually? If your turnover is less than 75,000, you can opt for the annual return, which will mean that you pay your GST at the end of the year. I should say end of the financial year. The most common, however, is the quarterly option. However, if you'd like to do monthly BASs, then you can do the monthly option. Start date for registration. You can select your start date. You can actually backdate this if you wish. And also answer the question of, do you import goods and services into Australia? Next, GST Register does have an option to register you for PAYG or pay-as-you-go withholding tax. The first question is, does your business have employees? If you select yes, and you do wish to have GST Register create this for you, it's an additional $25. So please answer the questions. What date did you or will you start paying wages? How many employees do you estimate you will pay? What amount do you expect to withhold from payments to payees each year? For example, on a $60,000 wage, withholding tax is roughly $11,000. What is the main industry that you operate in? Describe the new main activity from which you derive the majority of your business income. If you answer these as best as you can, you'll be fine. And if there's any issues when that's being processed, one of the processors will contact you. Next, some simple questions about BAS lodgement and accounting services. If you do register through GST Register, They do have full tax and accounting support, so they can assist you with your BAS lodgements and also end-of-year tax account services. Also, they do have business advisors, so if you do wish to have a chat with someone about your business, you can call them. So just select boxes if you wish to have any of these additional services. Also, the team at GST Register is well connected with web designers, online marketers, and finance providers. So if you do wish to have any help from those, just tick the boxes and someone will get in contact with you. Finally, make sure that you check all the information on your form, double check, make sure it's all correct, and please read the terms and conditions and privacy policy in the website and select agree once you've read them. After that, when you hit process registration, it's as simple as entering your credit card details and making the payment for the registration. Thanks so much for listening, and if you do have any questions regarding GST registration, feel free to contact gstregister.com.au or the ATO directly, and they'll be able to help you. If you do need any help again and working out whether you need to be registered for GST, go check out other videos that can be really helpful in sort of working out whether you need